am a primary 2 student. All of my classmates and teachers think I'm smart because I can speak a few languages, so I enjoy a certain reputation at school. But a few months ago, I did something really bad, and I lost all that respect. I went back to school after a long holiday. It was so much fun during the holiday that I forgot to finish my Chinese homework. I know it's bad, but what I did to cover it up was even worse. My Chinese teacher, Miss Wong, asked the class if everyone finished their Chinese homework. Everyone put their hands up. I didn't want to feel embarrassed, so I put my hand up too. I thought the teacher won't check it right away and I could finish it during the recess. But Miss Wong started going from student to student and taking a look at everyone's homework. I felt so much nervous and started sweating. When it came my turn, I told Miss Wong, I haven't finished my homework. Miss Wong became angry and asked me why I raised my hand. I couldn't think of anything and just said sorry. She asked me to take out my handbook so that she could write a note to my parents. I didn't want my parents to know about it, but there was no choice. I kept thinking about what to tell my parents. They would be disappointed. No, I don't want to make them disappointed. I came up with an idea. I used the correction pen to mask the message to the parents. But then I was afraid that Mom would notice it and get suspicious. I scratched the whole portion where the message was written. It looked even more suspicious. Why did you put up your hand? I scolded myself. Now I'm in a big trouble. Mom and Dad would be terribly angry. I couldn't concentrate on my lessons the whole day. On the way home, I kept thinking what to say to my parents. I knew they'll be angry. They'll scold me. They'll be disappointed. Oh God, I don't want to go home. I don't want to see my parents. Then an idea popped up on my head. I went home. I acted normal. I didn't watch TV or play computer games. I finished all the homework without my mom telling me. I did some extra reading too. My mom was surprised, but she was really happy that I did all the things on my own. A bit later, she wanted to sign my handbook. I was really nervous. My heart started pumping and my knees went weak. I'm sorry, Mom. I forgot my handbook at school. Mom seemed a bit angry, but she didn't say anything. I was relieved. The next morning, I was nervous and sad. I didn't want to go to school, but had no choice. When I arrived at school, I just sat in a corner. I didn't want to talk to anyone. My friends came over. I told them I'm not feeling well and asked them to go away. The lessons started. The first 2 were math lessons. Then it was Chinese lesson. I didn't want to see Miss Wong. I wanted to hide somewhere. I just wanted to disappear. Right then, I could hear Miss Wong walking in the corridor and my heart started beating really fast. She entered the class. I tried to hide myself behind another girl, but Miss Wong noticed me. She called me out and asked me if I had shown the note to my parents. Tears rolled down my eyes, and I stood there still. Miss Wong got furious. I just asked you a simple question, she said. Why are you crying? I couldn't help it but cry. Then she went over and took my handbook out. She couldn't believe what she saw. She took me to the teacher's office straight away and called my dad. Then I was punished in the teacher's office for the whole day. I was terribly mad at myself. I just wanted to disappear. I wanted to go away, but the clock seemed to tick slower than ever. Finally, I was home. My mom scolded me. I just cried. Dad was not home yet. I knew he would be mad too. As I was sobbing and blankly staring at my book, there was a knock on the door. I knew it was Dad. Mom opened the door. He entered and asked for me. I knew I was in a big trouble. He came over and asked me angrily, "Why did you do that?" I cried and said nothing. I knew he was angry and disappointed. He sat down next to me and said, "What happened has happened. Stop crying and tell me what you did." Sobbing, I told him everything. He listened patiently and then looked at me and said, "You didn't do your homework. That was your first mistake. You put your hand up and that was your second mistake. You erased the note to the parents. That was your third mistake. You told lies to your mom. That was your fourth mistake. Just to cover up one thing, you have made a whole mess. You have dragged yourself into a bigger trouble. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. In the future, if you make a mistake, be brave to accept it." I felt a bit better and promised myself I would never make such horrible mistake ever again.